Not worn my hair like this since I was like 12. Feminists can do and have done a lot of great things, but no movement or ideology is perfect, at least in terms of its execution. So today, for the sake of having a productive and reflective discussion, I thought I would share with you 4 flaws that I've identified in the ways that some people practice feminism. Number 1, not being intersectional, also known as white feminism. This is most often seen in middle-class straight white women that only want to talk about feminist topics that affect them personally or that they have personal experience with. A lack of willingness to discuss issues affecting women of colour, LGBT women, or those who are disabled or marginalised in other ways is a serious problem that a lot of so-called feminists exhibit. Number 2, equating womanhood and femininity with having a vagina. There was a lot of emphasis on vulvas and uteri in the recent women's marches, and while sex organs are relevant in discussions surrounding reproductive rights and sexual assault, vagina ownership shouldn't have a monopoly over female identity and empowerment. We need to acknowledge that people find strength and unity in different things, and by using phrases like pussy power as feminist slogans, we can be alienating and excluding trans women or those that simply just don't feel that strongly about their genitals. Number 3, having a small-scale or Western-centric view. Accusing people of first world problems and not caring about more severe forms of oppression is usually just used as a diversion tactic to avoid and discredit conversations about whatever the current topic matter is. However, I do think there is some truth to the sentiment that a more global approach to ending oppression may be better. Obviously there are limits to what any one person can do, but websites like Everyday Feminism have a large viewership and influence, yet most of their content only seems to focus on the subtleties of sexism in the Western world. Conversations around consent and gender stereotypes in first world countries are great, but there's definitely something to be said for the idea of shedding more light on stuff going on farther afield and what we can do to help. Number 4, getting too hung up on the word itself, and this is something that I'm pretty sure anti and non-feminists are equally guilty of. I see way too many arguments over whether or not you call yourself a feminist and why, when it'd be much more productive to just move on and discuss differences and similarities in your actual principles and views, rather than what label you use to describe them. While most people in a movement will have at least some beliefs in common, I think it's best to just take people at their word and discuss views on an individual basis, rather than preemptively throwing someone under the bus for what you assume they do or don't think. So there you have it, 4 ways in which some feminists are less than perfect in the way they practice their beliefs. As I said at the start of this video, the point here was to reflect and have a bit of a discussion, so I want to hear from you. Are you a feminist and guilty of any of these things, or are you not a feminist and these are some of the reasons why? Let me know in the comments calmly and respectfully, and hopefully we can have a cool conversation. Also, let me know if you'd like to see other videos like this in the future, because I've already thought of a couple more points since making this one. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, I really hope you enjoyed the video. As I said, I'd love it if you could let me know your thoughts in a comment, and maybe subscribe if you'd like to see more of me in the future. Meanwhile, feel free to check out some of my other videos, take care, and hopefully I'll see you next time. Bye!